How's it going, everyone? I'm Sharpless, and with me is DD Lux.
How's it going?
And right now at 5 in the morning, we will be playing some Mother 1.
5 a.m. baby.
Oh yeah. So let's get started. We got the timer. Yeah. Alright, so not much to say about this game. Well, there's a lot to say, but
yes.
not much to say about naming is what I meant to say. The only important thing is that everyone is one character, because that is fast. This is an irrelevant. Favorite food, we only see that. Actually, we don't see that at all in the run, so that's not important.
Link to the past. You should have done LTTC,
oh, yeah,
link to the cure.
Yeah,
link to the cure.
Alright, great start, great start. Alright, in 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, good luck.
Thanks, DD.
Alright, so I'm DD Lux. I play Banjo, Kazooie. I play platformers, so just like you guys who may not have seen this speedrun, I'm gonna just be asking questions as we go along and kind of getting the answers to it. So I'm kind of like a vocal version of anyone who hasn't seen this game before.
Pretty much.
It's gonna be pretty hype.
Thanks for the good lucks, everyone.
Sure, but what's up, Slip Boy?
So the game starts out with approximately 47 seconds of cutscene, which is very important text.
Yeah, gotta make sure you read the story. That's the most important thing about speedrunning.
So the biggest part at the very start is this present that's to my right, and it has one of the most broken items in the game, also known as the Easy Ring. But that was patched into the fan translation of this, since this game never came out in America. So we skipped that, and it's not allowed, and we don't need it. It makes the game too easy. It's not as fun.
Yeah, imagine speedrun being easy. That would not be cool.
Yeah, no, we don't want that.
No.
So starting off here, we are going to be killing the first quote-unquote boss of the game. There's only like 4 bosses, I'd say. And we are doing a little bit of manipulation. So since I hit a 3 there, I cancel the auto fight and guard twice. So this will set up the like pretty much only grind I do in the run, where I'll be grinding to get $500 for the T-ball bat and to hit level 5 so I can survive the graveyard. So you can manipulate this fight to be faster, but it changes the RNG and we don't really want that.
Is there a lot of RNG manipulation in this category?
Yeah, so essentially everything is manipulated, but it's really like loosely. So she just blocked the door, which is not cool, but that's okay.
Does not want you leaving.
To move out of the way of the door. She wants you to talk to your dad, because in this game and in Earthbound, your father is a phone. Check the dog to get the key, all the essentials, and the door is locked. So let's go in there. So what we'll be doing is like a mini grind to get ready for the grind. And we're going to be killing 7 rats to hit level 3.
Extermination time, baby.
Yes, we must rid of the rats in the basement. And it's pretty chill. We usually leave the house at like around 5 minutes.
So you'll be at level 5 when you're done with this, you said?
Yeah, at the end of the enormous grind, yeah. Once I'm leaving the house, I'll be level 3. And, yeah. So, trying to think of other stuff. I'm autoing every single rat here, because that's just consistent. They all die in 2 turns, so it's not too big of a deal.
Do encounters kind of work like Pokemon? So, like, different kind of tiles on the ground can have an encounter and it's just kind of random?
So that's how the NES version works, but in the GBA version, the movement is all freeform, and it's more like, it's like on a timer, so if you're gonna get into a fight, like, that fight will come up no matter which way you're walking, just as long as you take the same amount of steps, basically.
Okay.
So right here, we're gonna have 3 quick rats, and we'll know we're on the manipulation when on this next fight, there's gonna be a turn where we both miss each other. Right here. Whoops.
Alright, we got it, baby.
And yep, so now it's gonna take a little bit longer for this last one, but That's how we know we're on the right string.
Yeah, the music in this game is definitely a bop.
Yes, I will be pointing out all the fantastic music spots because there are many of them.
And you might even be singing at the final boss. It might just happen.
Probably not. It depends.
Definitely if we break 2000 we have to.
So right here on this level up, I'm going to be getting 6 HP and 4 PP. That is another, right like that. That's another sign that I'm on the manipulation. So now we leave. We don't need to be here anymore. And we're starting on the actual manipulation, starting off with the hippie.
Let's go.
Right about now.
Dude, he kinda looks like my psychology teacher.
He probably does.
Yeah.
He probably does.
PowerPoints. Obviously PowerPoints.
Now I got the crow. The crows are really cool in this game because they smoke cigarettes. No, just kidding. Cigarettes are not cool. Don't smoke cigarettes. But we got 2 crows back to back. So another thing we're doing right after this fight, I'll show an example of it, but essentially where I am right now is on the border between an encounter zone and a safe zone. So walking down and then up resets like where I am in the game basically on the encounter order, and it'll help us with RNG manipulation a lot, and we'll see that a lot more. So now we got a snake. We're gonna see a lot of snakes in this grind. Which, it isn't that bad. Alright, now we got another hippie.
Psychology teacher.
We're gonna be seeing plenty of your psychology teachers.
Plenty, dude. Definitely did not rush my psychology exam a couple hours before midnight today. Definitely did not happen.
Yeah, so what this manipulation is called hippie manippy because we, on purpose, we try to get as many hippies as possible because they're the best thing to fight out here.
XP, I'm guessing.
They give you a little bit more XP. There's some enemies that give you more, but they give you the most money of any other encounter out here.
Got you, okay.
And money is arguably more important for what we're doing right now. We need $500 at least. So we're gonna get 3 snakes in a row, 3 quick ones.
The non-hippie battle music is a bop.
Yeah, a lot of the music is a bop.
I agree.
It's so hard not to hum every song.
It definitely does 8-bit music the right way.
Oh
It's
yeah.
so good. Is this a game? This game's 8-bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, 8-bit.
This game originally came out in 1989 on the NES, or actually only on the Famicom.
Yo, straight dog.
Stray dog. His mouth is larger than his face. Pretty cultural dog.
Pretty cultural.
Alright, now we got another snake.
So, did you pioneer a lot of the stuff in this category, or?
A lot of the stuff in the any percent was routed out by me and a couple other amazing people in the mother speedrunning community. Like this, I didn't make this manipulation right here. This was first created by Skateman and Uko like 5 or 6 years ago, and then last year a runner named Byroda, who currently has the glitchless world record, created this refined manipulation, which is a couple minutes faster. Since we got 10 and 7 HP and PP there, that's how we know we're definitely on it.
If you're not on it, is it bad? Like, would you have to normally reset?
Yeah, normally I'd reset,
But you got some safety straps, I'm assuming.
yeah, for sure. There we did another sidestep. This is called the 12-second redneck because it takes exactly 12 seconds for me to encounter him, which is honestly the longest fight in this grind to like encounter. There he is.
It's like my hometown, baby.
This redneck's got a pet dog who's gonna show up right here.
What does the auto thing on the right side mean during
So
fights?
autoing is like an auto battle essentially, and it just it makes it that so the game plays itself, but also the game's AI isn't the smartest basically. So it's not always efficient to do that, but doing an auto compared to manually fighting a battle will will lead to two different outcomes after the battle. It'll shake up the RNG a little bit, and what happens during the battle. So I have like routed out which fights I auto and which fights I manually fight. Centipedes are the worst thing to encounter out here because they only give you $1 and they give you like 2 experience or something. They are a waste of space.
Is that where the Earthbound song came from?
It is. A lot of the songs from Earthbound were directly inspired and remastered from this game. Along with a lot of other gameplay stuff and themes shown throughout this game.
So you're Nintendo for the whole run?
Yes.
Is Ness anywhere in this run?
Ness is not in this game whatsoever.
Lucas is only another thing, right?
Yep, and Luke. So essentially the 3 games aren't really connected too much. There are a couple of things, a couple of like enemies and other things that are connected in between the games, but for most of it, it's a lot of like separate canon essentially, but in the same series.
Interesting.
Alright, so now we got another hippie.
Let's go.
Similar to the redneck before, this hippie also has a pet dog. Takes a little bit longer to show
I don't know
up.
whose dog I trust more. I always thought it was really cool how, like, in RPG speedruns, you just manipulate RNG to be the same pattern every time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's really cool. Like Pokemon, it's got to be a specific gender, level, certain like tile on the grass.
Yeah.
I used to watch, I think it was Trev Person. He would run a Heart Gold, and like if he messed up like one little thing of bike movement, it just would screw up his entire RNG pattern. He'd have to reset.
Yeah,
It was just ridiculous to watch.
that is wild. Thankfully, this game is a lot safer than that. Alright, so we only got about 4 more fights left in the grind, and my HP stat is looking really good right now. Normally I'd have a lot less, so that's a good sign. And we hit level 5, which is awesome.
Let's go. So, Sharpless was showing me a portion of the NES run today, and it's really interesting the way it is. It's never been run in a marathon before because in order to avoid encounters, you have to constantly be opening and closing your menu like every 1 or 2 seconds.
Yeah, every step you take, you have to open and close the menu to reset the encounter so that you don't encounter anything.
Yeah, and it's just like half the speedrun or something like that.
Yeah.
It is crazy.
Alright, so here we're leaving a bread for later. Don't forget about that bread, it's important for later.
We're out here to get that bread, bro.
So right now I'm gonna have $508, perfect. And that gives us just enough to buy a T-ball bat. This will drastically raise my attack stat compared to the cracked bat, which we will sell immediately for a single piece of bread. So something something you'll notice throughout this run is bread is the most broken and important item in the entire game. It has multiple functions and is very, very, very helpful.
Besides being high in carbs.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a quick safety save really fast just in case the graveyard goes wrong, but it should be fine.
Not even risking it all in a marathon. SMH my head, bro.
It's like 5 seconds max to make a save. It's okay.
Definitely worth it.
So sometimes we get a centipede here, we got it here, no big deal. Just run away, turn 1. Then we got another hippie, because we don't get enough hippies, we need more. And he goes down in 2 turns.
Definitely can grind a lot faster with the new bat.
Yeah, yeah. So what we're doing here, you might be wondering, you got your bat, you got your level 5, what was it all for? What are you doing? So we're going to the graveyard. One more crow first. And in this graveyard, we're gonna rescue a girl named Pippi, who somehow got trapped inside of a coffin surrounded by zombies, even though she's level 1 and is super weak. I don't know how that happened, but she did it, so we gotta save her. And we do that so that the mayor will let us go to the zoo. And
makes total sense.
yeah, it all makes sense, right?
You know, lore and stuff.
So we'll be seeing Pippi very soon here. This is the
pseudo zombie.
Yeah, this pseudo zombie's the one guy I fight in the graveyard. Everyone else is totally fine. Actually, I fight one more ghost, but he dies on the first turn, so it's all good. Not this one though. This one just does 5 damage and leaves.
It just dips.
This guy doesn't get to do anything. And here is, we call him Smash Ghost because he tries to run and fails and then just smash and
Just destroyed.
annihilated. So ideally I wouldn't encounter anything else, but this room is finicky. Thankfully it was nice. Alright, very important part of the run right here. When talking to Pippi, you must say no. If you say yes to her, then she says something else and doesn't give you a very important item known as the Franklin badge. And it would be catastrophic. I've done it a couple times and it wastes probably 4 minutes or something.
Ooh.
Give Pippi the basement key because that thing is useless, and then we get out of here. Remember the bread I used earlier? Well, this is what it was for.
Just teleports.
Teleport right to the mayor. Oh, the girl who was lost that I didn't even tell you about? Well, here she is. And here's $100.
Let me in the zoo.
Let me in. We gotta get the zoo key from his assistant Abbott, but the zoo key, spoiler alert, doesn't even work, so it's kind of useless.
Does it not work casually, or because like what you do?
Yeah, it doesn't work casually, but like you have to get it to progress, basically.
Got you.
So here we're doing the first soft reset. So the way manipulation works is that when you reset the game from 0, this is common in a lot of RPGs, when you reset the game, the RNG resets back to 0. And it makes it really easy to manipulate stuff. We're healing at the hotel because I have no PP and essentially no HP either. And we're off to the zoo.
Let's go.
The zoo is, like, casually, it's one of the scariest parts of this game, and in the speedrun, it can be pretty bad, but it's not that bad. Learning to speedrun this game, it was one of my, like, the most time I spent was in the zoo.
So can you explain it? Words, hello? Can you explain like why the bread and breadcrumbs just make you teleport?
So essentially, what you're doing is like Nintendo's leaving a trail of breadcrumbs from where he is, and then when you use the breadcrumbs, it's like you follow your path back. But this game is an 8-bit game, so it's kind of hard to represent that, but that's what's happening essentially. So here we're fighting the free-zoo tiger. Tigers can do a lot of damage to you, but we know it's gonna happen. We're gonna use this magic herb I got from the snake, and that will skip some encounters that happen like right outside this gate.
Random tigers out and about.
Yep.
They just broke out of the zoo, baby.
So we got the hyenas. Normally we don't want to see any hyenas whatsoever, but these guys are chill, because these guys get me to level 6. Level 6 is very important.
That's probably pretty good for a marathon, right? Just because you have more leeway with your health now if you're leveling up. Okay.
For sure. So we're gonna get 1 HP here, which is not that good, but that's how we know we're on the right thing. And we heal 9 HP. That might seem kind of stupid, but we're gonna be fighting another tiger, and if I'm not at absolutely full health here, then I will get bodied. Actually, I probably could have lived that, but I have many memories of dying to that guy when I forgot to heal after the hyenas.
Always better safe than sorry.
Oh yeah, so these hyenas, they're just random. Sometimes I don't get any, sometimes I get 3. This is the
Just
second
like
one.
this,
Yeah. That's how it goes. It's no big deal though. This damage is not important.
Yeah, just 3 damage.
Yeah.
Yo, like the bishop. Thank you for the good luck.
We
What's
got
up, Game Guy Jack?
triple hyenas. That's actually the worst possible luck I can get in this little section of the zoo right
He's
here.
had so many hyenas.
Too many hyenas, but that's okay. We're through the hyena zone. That's what we like to call it. So we're making our way. Here we got early elephant, which is not a big deal. We just run away. Elephants are really scary enemies, and some people like to fight one of the elephants later for more levels and stuff, but we don't need that.
Dude, this new Kong versus Godzilla, the graphics are just crazy, dude.
Yeah, too bad that Kong didn't do any damage and died. Rip him. So here's gonna be more hyenas. That's
Another
unfortunate.
triple.
Another triple. I think I'm gonna get away from this on the very start of the second turn.
HP
right
is
here.
having 7 HP bad here?
Nah, I've had worse, but I healed right here anyways. I healed to try to skip this encounter in the elephant, but the timing on it is really finicky, and we really don't know how it works exactly, so
Right.
I just do it and hope it works, but it doesn't really work. But it's not a big deal if it doesn't. We're gonna fight this elephant.
Yo, Bide, thank you for the raid and the good lucks. Let's go. 13 people.
Alright, and here we're coming up on Starman Jr.
This is the fun part of the run.
This is the crazy part of the run. He is a very, very, very RNG dependent boss. The only RNG part of the entire run, essentially.
Alright.
And,
you chopped this up to be what, 30%-ish?
Yeah, it's kind of not as good as it should be.
Yeah, 30% chance to win. Oh, give or take.
Okay, that's not good. So he broke out of the rope on the first turn, and he hit me. That is the worst attack he can do is Beam Alpha.
It's so much damage.
Yeah, it does anywhere from 26 to 36 or something like that, which isn't good at all.
You gotta get past him first try.
We'll see. He's giving me some good defensive stances, but my HP is not looking good. I've only done about half of his life right now. We're gonna need some PK Beam Gamma is another PSI attack move he does that just gets reflected by the Franklin badge I got from Pippi. Okay, nice.
Nice,
That was
that's
good.
awesome. That's good on
That was, yeah. Well, good RNG would be me throwing the rope at him, and then he doesn't break out the entire time, and I just
right.
don't take any damage, and it's free. So we get that extra bread, and then use the breadcrumbs, and we're gone. We're out of here.
Always gotta chase that bread.
Oh, yeah. So we're gonna be fighting a couple of stuff here. Like a snake, and then another hippie. I think this is the final hippie of the run after the snake right here. So goodbye, hippie. That's a snake, but here's the hippie.
Alright.
We will miss your music.
We'll definitely miss your music. Hippie music's such a banger.
Banger. But we thank you for the 25 bucks. Alright. One more snake, we can run from this guy. And we're going. So here we're making our way to a cave. And we're gonna read the, I forget what exactly it's called. Some sort of tail that's sticking out of the ground. And we read our great-grandfather's diary using our psychic powers, and then we teleport to Magicant. But first we gotta fight some centipedes and some biopedes, and another snake, I believe. Yeah, biopedes are kind of trolls because they can poison you and stuff. But
That's not true.
poison's kind of nice in this game. It used to be in my manipulation where I would get poisoned on this last fight. The fight after this one, but I don't get poisoned anymore. Getting poisoned doesn't actually, it can send you down to 1 HP, but it doesn't actually kill you, so it's not too bad.
Like, worst case, sends you down to 1 HP.
Yeah.
That's not bad, yeah. Probably just lose a little bit of time.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so here we are at the tail. And now now we get teleported to the best stage in Super
Whoa.
Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Yeah, I was about to say they put a Smash Ultimate stage in this game.
They
That's
did.
so cool.
So
The
here,
Smash 3DS stage. Let's go.
I'm talking to this girl. She wants my ATM card, and then I give it to her, and then she gives me a big bag. I'm gonna make another safety save really fast, just in case, but I don't want to fight Starman again.
Very nice amount of money as well.
Very nice. All calculated. All part of the
calculated.
manipulation. And then we're gonna dump off this great-grandfather's diary because we don't need it anymore ever.
Nice plan.
Alright, heal at this girl. Right quick. And we're off. So we're gonna go into this beautiful looking castle. After this guard.
These guys kind of look like toads.
Yeah, he tells me to solve a riddle, and then I read his mind and tell him the answer before he asks the question.
Actually,
This is another absolute banger song, the Queen Mary's Castle. So we're going in here for one reason and one reason only, and that is for this boomerang. This boomerang probably like triples Nintendo's attack stat, and attack is useful for more things than just doing damage, and I'll talk about that more when we get to it in about like 10 minutes-ish. But that's all we need from that when we talk to these guys. And then now we're just leaving Magicant. We don't really need to be here anymore. We did everything we needed. Fight this guy. A Rave Yadet. You know what
it's
that?
like a gummy bear.
You know what his name makes sense of?
No, what is it?
So that is Teddy Bear backwards.
Is it really?
Yeah, Rave Yadet. Because he's just a big old teddy bear.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah, these guys are bonus swooshes, also known as Grouchos. These guys are one of the kindest enemies in the game, because after they hit me for 3 damage, he's just gonna greet everyone politely and leave. And then I get more experience than if I would have killed him.
Yo, the $6.69 donation. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Alright, we're gonna fight another bonus swoosh.
He actually just... That's just a face I would not talk to.
Well, he doesn't... Yeah, that's a large nose he's got there.
Very large nose, and the mustache just does not help.
Mustache with no mouth.
Exactly.
Kind of a power move. So this big bag is essentially, you can use it, and it doesn't go away, and it holds 30 life ups, essentially. So instead of having to waste my PP, I can just use the big bag. And, like, I very rarely see the big bag run out, like, ever. So that's a great item. Speaking of great items, we're gonna get another great item right here, the PSI Stone. I don't really use it too much in any percent, but I always get it for safety. That basically just refills your PP.
They added Slipboy as an enemy. Nice.
Alright, so we fought 2 Papa Swooshes, now we're gonna fight 2 more bonus Swooshes. These guys are really good because they run away on the first turn. Got that new PSI.
Let's go.
Alright, so right here, I'm gonna heal again. Because now we're gonna be fighting an entire family of swooshes. And these guys can be pretty troll. But we got the technique.
Kinda looks like a potato head, like the different kind of like
The
eyes you put in. Yeah.
That would be funny. So the swoosh head is actually the most dangerous because they hit you for 2. Basically, if I didn't use defense up, the swoosh head would have killed you in 2 turns. Thankfully, I one-shot the swoosh head. We don't have to deal with her anymore.
Actually, just 1 HP.
Yeah, this normal swoosh is the weakest. I don't think he gives too much money or experience either. Alright, we're gonna heal up. And or we're gonna fight 1 more bonus swoosh. Need 1 more for the memes.
Actually going really well right now.
Yeah, pretty solid. It does not feel like it's been 28 minutes. It feels like it's been 5
It
minutes.
really does feel like it's been 5 minutes. This run goes by fast.
So this guy is a nowhere man, which is a Beatles reference, but you have to talk to him 5 times, and then tell him I'm not a forgotten man, and then tell him to leave, and then leave.
Just give him some words of encouragement, then never be there for him.
Essentially.
Very nice.
Alright, so now we're out to the other side of the overworld, and right here is going to be a lynx and a skunk.
Garfield.
It is Garfield. Hi, Garfield. That's the last we'll see of a Garfield.
We got no lasagna. We
No
got bread, but
lasagna.
not lasagna.
Yes, we do have bread. Speaking of bread, I will be using my next piece of bread, the one I got after beating Starman, right here. And that will be important for later. Don't forget, because that's important for later. Alright, so what we're doing here is selling off some items we got. I picked up a sword in Magicant, and we don't need that. That's free money right there. Why would I use a sword when you could sell it? And I'll sell my T-ball bat too, so we don't need that anymore.
Money's more important than any weapon.
Facts. Alright, so here we're getting the repel ring. So what I was alluding to earlier with your attack stat, so the higher your total attack stat is for your party, that makes it so that you won't encounter stuff when the repel ring is used. So we want to have our attack as high as possible, so we encounter less stuff, essentially. So now, we will be going to that elementary school very soon to get our main man, Lloyd. But first we gotta go to this other factory and get him a bottle rocket. This skunk is pretty troll. He likes to smash me on the second turn, and then I miss. Kinda sucks, but what can you do? Just gotta eat it. And we'll heal up right fast. And now we're gonna fight a bear. The bears can be kind of scary, but they're not that bad because they're very easy to escape from.
They're very easy to escape from.
Thank you, DD.
Why I'm here. Bye, Day. Thank you for the $10.
Alright, so here we are in sweet little factory, and there's 4 items we're going to be getting here. The first 2 are down here, and it will be a medicine and this item, a strength capsule. This item is important for later, for when I'm grinding up my HP stat so I can take on the final boss.
Are you still right now worried about being on the same RNG?
No, so I'm about to reset in approximately like 3 or 4 minutes, and I have a repel ring up, and the only thing you can encounter in this factory are the rats that I fought in the basement at the very start of the run.
Right.
So essentially I'm never gonna fight anything here.
Okay, gotcha.
And then I'll reset, I'll save and reset before I even fight another encounter. So I just use the speed capsule too, that'll raise my speed so I can go faster and stuff. It actually raised by 6, which is kind of rare. Normally when using a speed capsule, it can raise anywhere from 4 to 6 speed, and I got the highest roll possible. Alright, we got the bottle rockets, so we can peace out of here, and here we are.
Literally teleport to your bread.
Teleport to the elementary school. This is my favorite song in the game, I'd say. It's such a banger.
It's pretty good.
I almost don't even want to talk.
Can we just petition, just like, make this play the entire rest of the run?
I wish. Alright, but we gotta talk to the janitor so he can open up the door to where Lloyd is.
Mad respect.
He's asking Ninten if his wife is a terrible woman, and of course she's not a terrible woman. Why would she be a terrible woman? Oh, he's gonna give us the slow jog to Lloyd, unlock the door for us because he's a kind man.
Very nice.
So while I have some free time, you might be wondering, this looks pretty average and normal. This looks like a normal playthrough. How are you beating it in an hour? What is going on? So very soon, in about 8 minutes from now, I'll be doing something known as the Breadcrumb Glitch.
Yeah.
And that will let me skip to essentially a very, like the last area of the game with the highest level enemies. And I'll be able to grind off of them to get my HP stat high enough. And then I'll use the Breadcrumb Glitch again to warp straight to the final boss. And then beat the final boss.
it's pretty crazy. So is this all just set up for the final boss?
Essentially, yeah. It's pretty hard to get to like this area without doing that grind at the start, because then it would make every subsequent area pretty much impossible.
Right.
So my levels right now don't really matter too much. And then blow up the classroom. One funny thing about this is that you see how much of a mess this classroom is right now? Leave the door, go back, and it's completely normal. Alright, so this bottle rocket that was essential to recruiting Lloyd, we don't need that. Completely useless now.
Just eat that out of there.
And now we're going to be doing the second to last shopping trip of the run. 585. That's exactly how much money I had on the last run I just did.
Is it like, does it vary a little bit?
A tiny bit, depending on the zoo, yeah.
Gotcha.
So we're going to buy another ring. And then 3 breads. Those are very important for said breadcrumb glitch. And then a boomerang for Lloyd. Because like I said before, we want to have our entire party stat, attack stat as high as possible, so we don't get into too many fights.
So having a higher attack stat, like you said, not only makes you stronger in battle, but you have less of a chance to encounter weaker enemies.
Yeah, when the repel ring, once you've used the repel ring, yes.
Okay.
And like, I still have my repel ring, the first one I used, that is still up right now. Even though I'm saving and resetting, it's still active. That lady trolled me, but that's okay. Sometimes I've had NPCs just completely block exactly where I need to be going. It's so annoying.
Just actually such smart AI.
Yeah, it's funny. Alright, so this boulder right here is the only reason we need Lloyd in the entire run. If that thing wasn't there, then we would be able to do the breadcrumb glitch and not need Lloyd at all. But that's not the case. So we gotta go to this big factory. Enlarged factory. Also known as Duncan's factory. Alright, so if you notice, I picked up a random pass walking up here. We'll use it on this dog. And then he immediately pulls a sus and then starts dancing.
Whoa, you're kinda sus, bro.
But if you notice, this is the dog that we fought this game. He gets annihilated immediately. So good for him, he tried.
Yeah, Anime Jesus, the music in this game is really good.
Phenomenal music.
Are there like really good like remixes and covers in this game too?
Oh yeah, for sure. For all 3 Mother games, there's the community for the Mother series is phenomenal, especially when it comes to like things like the music. Alright, so that was 2 random fights that don't matter, we just run away from. This fight is annoying because it can take forever. Essentially what we're doing here is stalling out the fight until I get to a turn where I can run away. And Lloyd needs to stay alive the whole time. So we have Lloyd guard and we have Nintendo heal him. And then here on this 4th turn, I'll be able to escape. If I tried to run the first 3 turns, I would just be unsuccessful and I would ruin the RNG and then I would probably die. But
that does not sound fun.
yeah, we don't need to do that. I just healed Nintendo twice because you need that double luck heal. But the rest of the factory is not as bad as that one guy. We're gonna fight some other random dudes. Like these guys. But everyone just gets ran away from immediately. They even tried to run away from us. I'm so scared. Scary of them.
You're scary to them?
Yes, scary to them.
You said scary of them.
No. Yeah, okay. Alright, so I used the repel. My repel ring ran out up on that ladder, which is really good. Normally it runs out a lot sooner, so the later the repel ring runs out, the better, essentially.
Gotta keep them baddies away, baby.
Yes, if I didn't have a repel ring up, I would be running into stuff like every other step, and they would be annihilating me. So, if you've ever looked at a map of this factory, Duncan's factory, you'd notice that there's like about 70 to 80 of these ladders, and it is like a massive map, but when you know the correct route, it only takes about like 3 to 4 minutes, so that's really nice.
I can't even imagine doing that casually.
Yeah, it
Especially with endgame encounters.
It is really hard.
Yeah.
And so another troll thing about it is that you have to have Lloyd alive at the end of the factory. So you have to make it all the way through the factory and keep your new level 1 party member alive, which is an extremely hard task. But with manipulation, I know what every encounter is going to be, and I know I'll be able to get away from everything. And I know Lloyd will survive. Alright, so once we go through that door, that's when there's no more encounters. And this is Rocket.
The record on this game is actually held by Sharpless.
Yeah, so I have the current world record, and it is 55:30.1 or something like that.
What pace would you say you're on right now?
I'm about like a minute or so behind world record right now.
Gotcha. Oh, that's actually really good for a marathon.
I had a really good zoo. The zoo is essentially like the biggest RNG part.
Right.
So right here, I'm walking down to the first Breadcrumb Glitch. Like, normally in a casual playthrough, you would never go over here ever. This is all pointless stuff. Also, another Garfield. I forgot they were here. We double run from them, and Lloyd is going to take 2 consecutive hits and die. Rip Lloyd.
So you're a celebrity. I guess you might just have to say he is. So he's actually just transparent now.
Yeah, he's a ghost. He is following as an angel behind.
You're the record for #1 mother.
#1 mother.
That's facts.
So on this second turn, he's going to do a PKB and Gamma. It's going to reflect off my badge and then do nothing to him. So that's like 4 lines of text completely wasted. But that's the last fight we're getting into. And here is the first Breadcrumb Glitch. Need to get Lloyd's other bread first. And we're off. So you use the bread here, immediately use it again, and we're here.
So he's just going to be counting right here.
Nah, I only have to count that much.
Oh, okay,
so essentially what happened is that that tree spot right there is kind of on a border between like completely totally out of bounds and still in bounds. And you can, when you mark your bread location there and use it, it freaks the game out and puts you out of bounds. So I'm currently walking on the overworld, but nothing is loaded in, and also everything looks exactly the same. So that might be kind of confusing, but it's okay, we got this. We know what we're doing. So what we're doing right here is running to like the bottom left sort of the map, and we're gonna be coming back in bounds where Eve is. Eve is a giant red robot who has the most OP stats and is just a unit, absolute monster.
You want to be careful of these little spots that are appearing, because if you walk into like some of the wrong ones, it can just soft lock your game too.
Yeah, this one right here is fine, but the ones I walked by before were really bad.
Yeah, like the big white ones.
So right here, we reuse our, when we use our bread again, it lets us come back in bounds, and we're right in front of Eve.
Let's go.
And she was built by Nintendo's great-grandfather, and they were doing some other stuff. Nintendo's great-grandfather and great-grandmother, they were doing some wild stuff on some other earthly places. I don't even know where they were. But,
so does she count as a party member now, or?
Yeah, so she's kind of like a temporary party member, because she's like has a scripted death, essentially. But as you'll see, she does 929 damage to one of the like strongest enemies in the game.
Right.
So those are 2 mooks. We'll probably get 1 level off these guys, which is fine. So what's really important is that we are above this stump, and we are
actually just
perfect.
Up there.
Yeah, there's a rope.
Nice.
So that means we got these 3 Starmen, and these are the strongest, most experience-giving enemy in the game. So I have this upper E-Toy manipulated to where I try to fight as many as possible. This fight is really nice because that first one killed himself off of my badge. So we're probably going to get 3 level ups here, and it's probably going to be a ton of HP.
How much HP do you want by like the end of this section?
So by the end of this grind, I want to have at least 120 HP, and I'll probably be around like, if I was in world record attempts, I would be at like level 15 or 16, but I'm gonna kill another group of those Starmen to, like, for marathon safety, ensure I have a ton of HP. But, it's really fast. I would not be too concerned. So, we are making our way up to right here, and we're gonna run around in a circle for about 30 seconds to get into another fight of 3 Starmen, last Starman. Right now we have 101 HP.
It actually runs in circles for 30 seconds.
Essentially. Eve is moving pretty fast. Rubber banding, kind of. There they are.
Running in circles around you.
So, even though I'm doing no damage to them, I'm going to be smacking these guys, and that's just for manipulation to ensure I live and also ensure I get some good level ups.
So you cut the fights off so fast that there's probably way more to the song too.
Oh, for sure, yeah. The song just gets better and better, but they all end so fast because it's a speed run.
You don't have time to just sit down and enjoy it.
Yeah. So, now we're gonna be fighting 2 Star Miners, these little dudes. And, they like to drop bombs and they like to throw bombs, but, Eve likes to smack them in the face and kill them immediately, so we'll take that. Alright, up next we're gonna get... Oh, I just learned 2 PSI there, and I learned the 2 essential PSIs to beating the final boss guy, I guess. Or guy. Both are, like, known as its name. And I'll talk about that when we're getting up to it. So here we got 2 Borgs.
Are they good for speed?
They're alright. They're better than, like, the Star Miners or whatever.
Right.
Like, when you're fighting 2, it's faster because you're getting double the experience compared to a 1 enemy fight. So I can't complain too much. 3 HP is not too much, but that's okay.
So are you gonna ever have to revive Lloyd, or is he just gonna stay dead the entire rest of the run?
He's gonna stay dead the entire run.
Nice,
I could revive him, but I don't really need to. This Susie is very kind. Goes down in 1 turn. And we're going in the cave. So we do this to finagle the RNG a little bit more to get more Starman. After this Gigaborg is another Starman. Another group of 3, actually. And we actually already have 120 HP. But I'm gonna kill these guys anyways for consistency. So we auto and cancel, and we're gonna smack the middle guy twice. These guys, so yeah, we fought like Starman Jr. This is the highest level Starman, last Starman, but there's also a normal Starman. There's I don't know if there's any more in this game, but in Earthbound there's like 6 or 7 types of Starman, and their design looks so cool. And they do really awesome moves. So if you saw there, I got a 15 HP level up, which is really nice, and that'll make the boss a lot easier.
Way less stressful.
Yeah. So right here is a double nuclear robot, and Eve is gonna blow up the robot and do 65 damage to me. I am dead. Ooh, wah, wah.
Is that planned?
It is all planned. Don't worry.
Okay.
This is a death war.
Got me.
So we are back at the town I was in before, and we're throwing away all these useless items. I'm gonna use this PSI stone to heal up right fast.
I actually thought the run was just like damaged.
No, it's all calculated. So we don't need that anymore. We don't need this big bag anymore. It is a waste of space. I'm gonna use our ATM card. We got 4,000 big ones because Eve just gave us all that money.
You're just a kid flexing with all that money.
Oh yeah, light work.
How old is Nintendo?
About like 12 or 13, I think. We get another repel ring. We can even use it now. So unlike Pokemon where repels use up steps, in this game repel rings kind of have like charges. So every time you would get an encounter, but you don't because of the repel ring, it uses a charge, and then eventually it runs out of charges and like runs out.
Way cooler, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So we bought 2 more breads, and here we're gonna buy 6 medicines. Since I got 1 medicine, I kept my first zoo medicine, and I also got a medicine in the factory. As I was talking the whole time, I was not keeping track at all. So let's see what we're at. We're at 6 right now. 2 more. And now we're good to go.
Imagine getting to the final boss and just not having enough medicine.
Yeah.
That would be rough.
That would be rough. I'm gonna make one more safety save just in case, but we won't need it, to be honest.
So you're gonna spend the rest of that $2,000, or does that just stay?
Nah, that's just irrelevant.
Nice.
Don't need it.
Just because, like, after you beat the final boss, you gotta flex your big bang on him.
Flex the stacks, yeah.
Flex the stacks, exactly.
So as you can see before, like we did before, I'm running to the same exact location, but we're gonna be doing a little bit different path once we're in the void to get to essentially where the final boss is. So if you notice something, if anyone here has ever played this game or know much about this game, throughout the game, you're supposed to collect 8 different melodies in different locations and use those melodies to sing against the final boss. But if you look in the bottom right-hand corner right here, see how it says 0 melodies? Like, I don't have any melodies, they're all blank. But we don't really need those because we can just use this glitch and skip all of that.
Back in purgatory, baby. So right here, he is actually telling me. I'm actually right this time.
Alright, so yeah, we had to do a little bit of counting there to make sure we're on the right X or Y axis.
Gotta get that 6 a.m. math check.
Mm-hmm. But from here on out, we're just walking left. Chilling. And yeah, we're coming towards the end of the game.
So, like, where would you say before you do this glitch right here? What part of the game would you say you were at? Casually, from a casual standpoint.
So I would probably be in Snowman, which is the winter town where you get the girl Anna. You recruit her to your party.
Right.
Or I would probably be there, like, dying.
Dying, nice.
Because that area is pretty hard. And then when you recruit Anna, she's level 1, so you have to grind her up too. Alright, so right here, we are going to come back in bounds, and we're on top of Queen Mary. We never saw her, but she's chilling on, like, a throne in the castle that we got the boomerang in. And she wants you to sing the melodies. When you sing her all 8 melodies, once you've got them, it sends you to that scene. But we kind of just walked into it. Okay, I've never seen this fight before. And that's interesting.
Is that bad?
No, it's fine. I only took a little bit of damage. Alright, we're good.
Alright, cool.
Normally I would fight something else there. Normally I wouldn't fight anything, but if I did, it was not that. But that's okay, because we have a move that lets you escape from battles automatically. So we're gonna ensure we're at full health here.
Yeah, that was interesting.
But we are almost good to go. We need these 2 medicines for safety. And this is the final boss.
Alright, already. 52 minutes in.
Mm-hmm. He's known as Whooper Ship.
It does look like a whooper, yeah. Like a gray giant whooper.
Yeah, but it is a massive ship. It just
I
keeps
would
going.
definitely flex that ship.
Oh yeah. Alright, so this is Gygus.
So, in this game, the final boss is actually not that scary.
Not too scary.
It's a
at
pretty
all.
safe fight. You just gotta make sure you're just staying on track and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Essentially, we're doing a shield here because Gygus attacks with this. You can't even grasp its attack, but if you use PSI shield, it does half its damage.
So what's the story behind Gygus?
So Gygus was raised by Nintendo's great-grandmother and great-grandfather.
Right.
And
You're the one that built Eve, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So so his great-grandfather's name is George. He came back to Earth 3 years later after getting abducted or something, and built Eve and studied PSI. But his wife, whose name is Maria, like never returned and was raised Gygus. I'm trying to think. To essentially it. So the only connection from this game to Mother 2 is that this boss is the same. It's the same dude. Like the boss of Earthbound, also known as Mother 2, is the same boss as Mother 1. This guy I'm fighting. All right, so I use a medicine on this turn, which is kind of premature, but I do that because on this turn I will have the sing command, and I need to sing to it 11 times. This is the song that Maria would sing to Gygus when she was raising Gygus. So you hit him with the nostalgia.
You hit him with that psychological damage.
Yeah, the psychological warfare.
Do you think that Undertale got a lot of inspiration from Mother?
Yeah, Undertale 100% did. The creator of Undertale, Toby Fox, I think his name is,
right.
He created an Earthbound ROM hack called the Halloween hack before he created Undertale.
Okay.
And like that was like one of the biggest Earthbound ROM hacks probably. And Undertale has a lot of inspiration from Earthbound, but I've never played Undertale before.
Interesting. I feel like you would like that.
Yeah.
I played it. I wasn't a huge fan of it, but like, I also didn't give it a fair shot either.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just like, I could play it, or I could just play Earthbound again for the 13th time.
Yeah, kind of fact. You already own it. You don't gotta spend the money on it.
So the maximum amount of damage Gygus can do is 46, and the minimum is like 28 or something. But since I have 135 HP, this is pretty much like extremely safe. Like there's no way I can die. And when I'm in like PB attempts, it's very possible that he could just kill me before so what I'm doing here is using 2 medicines, or 2 sings, and then using a medicine. And I do that 4 times, and then he goes down after 3 more sings without even needing a medicine. But medicines will heal your HP to all the way full. It's a very, very useful item. Even if you have like 500 HP somehow, it would heal you all the way up. So yeah, this is, I kind of think of this part as like an auto-scroller essentially, because there's really not much I can do to go faster.
Just go faster. Not world record, okay, bye. Imagine not getting world record in a marathon, dude.
Not cool.
What was the game we were watching earlier? It was the ninja one?
The Messenger?
The Messenger, yeah. He almost got PB, but he lost it because he showed off like a thing that's not in the run. Which lost him enough time to not get a PB.
Alright, I'm not singing the final song.
No, you gotta sing the final song.
My voice is so shot, I can't.
You got to.
I literally cannot.
Alright, well it's too late now.
I'm not doing it.
Go to Sharpless's Twitch account, look at his top clip from the last 30 days, and he sings this song.
Yeah, I did sing it a couple days ago, and I think it sounds horrible. But, I think Nintendo's 8-bit voice does it more justice than I ever could.
8-bit voices do it pretty hard.
Alright, I don't actually know what number sing I'm on right now, so I'm gonna have to figure that out right now.
Definitely gonna be sub 1 hour though.
For sure.
Which is awesome. That was a stream where you got
Okay. So that was sing number 9.
You need 2 more?
He hit me for 29 damage, which is extremely low. That rarely happens.
Are you supposed to know about this casually, or do you just kind of do it?
You kind of just have to like try random stuff on him, and then once you give up, like then the sing command, you're supposed to like notice the sing command and then do that, and then keep doing it until you win.
Got it.
Yeah, this game it's very confusing casually. There's a lot of like the melody locations are kind of confusing and like kind of hard to find, but it's a very enjoyable game. Okay, so this should be number 11, if I'm not mistaken. So
Nice.
8:39.
GG.
Thank you.
That was good. That was a really good run for marathon. That was like what, 3 minutes off world record?
Yep, 3 minutes off world record.
Not bad at all.
Let me just ensure that this is the final one.
Actually, just stop time too early.
Possible.
Not world record.
GG's.
Let's
So,
go.
For everyone watching live right now, I'm the only person. There's one other person in Japan named PK Gama, but I'm essentially, me and him are the only people to beat Mother 1 GBA in under an hour. There's no other documented footage of anyone else doing it. Thanks for the GGs, everyone. Yeah, that went really well.
Your commentary was really good.
Thanks.
Like, I was just sitting here watching it like it was live, basically. Well, it was live. Like I was watching it on the channel.
Alright, so,
that was a really good run.
how much extra time do I have?
Because you said you had about, probably like an extra 6 minutes, I would say.
Yeah, do you think I have time to do the other glitch? So there's another thing I can do with the Breadcrumb Glitch where I can recruit Anna and that character right there, Teddy, who's the 2 other party members of this game.
I got sub 1 offline. 5 minutes to burn. Do you
Okay,
think 5
perfect.
minutes is
Yeah,
enough?
yeah. Yeah, the ending credit song is really good, but we're gonna cut it off. And so what we're gonna do here is the same glitch again, but we're gonna go into a different area of the game and do some pretty wacky teleports.
'Cause there's actually a lot more to the game than you saw right now.
Yeah. So, this file I loaded is essentially the same file. It's actually the exact same RNG. Isn't that crazy?
Is it
Like,
really?
yeah, normally there's some variance in the RNG, but this got the exact same stats.
That's weird.
And what we're doing here is I have this hat in my inventory, and I wonder if there's a girl party member who's missing her hat somewhere. But if she is, she's probably really far away from where I am. I don't know if I can do that.
Especially not in 5 minutes. No way.
5 minutes. You're saying I have to go from where I am now to the very bottom right in 5 minutes?
There's no way you'll go all the way across the map in 5 minutes. I just... Unfathomable.
Alright, when I do this, I am going to be really counting, so I probably will be having no commentary while I'm doing the actual... But I'll talk about it afterwards a little bit. So in the run I did the glitch here, but you can also do it right here. It's exactly the same. It's on the same x-axis, so it doesn't matter.
Just throw some bread in between some trees, and then it just puts 2 children into purgatory, you know? Very accurate to real life, for sure. So yeah, as you can probably guess, he's counting a very precise amount of those little, I believe they're flowers on the ground, because whenever you warp back inbounds, there's a really small area you have that you can actually warp back in. And if you warp out of bounds, then it soft blocks you. So he's got to be like really precise when he tries to warp back inbounds. And as you probably guessed, he might end up on the other side of the map in less than 5 minutes. The nice thing about this glitch is it's like the one part of the run you can just hear the whole soundtrack. It's great. It's really good. Wait, you're telling me you can go to the other side of the map in 5 minutes? I mean, I don't know. Listen, when you chase that bread, when you get that bread, you can kind of do anything.
Alright, so let's see if it worked. It did.
Hey, nice.
So this is Anna. We kind of saw her in the credits.
Inconceivable.
She had a dream about someone who looked like me, and I conveniently have this hat. Inconceivable.
Almost say it's destiny.
Mm-hmm. So now we got our third party member.
Hey.
So, and she's wearing her hat now too. So if you look on the map, I'm at the very bottom right-hand corner. Do the Breadcrumb Glitch IRL. That's a good idea. I should try that out. So, yeah, we're kind of in the bottom right. Where am I gonna go from here? But if you were an astute viewer, you would notice that I did drop some more bread. And that will teleport me all the way up here to Valentine.
All the way across the map.
Across the entire map.
It's so good.
So this game's map, the overworld map is like it's like 2 or 3 times larger than Earthbound's overworld map, the game that's on SNES. 1 minute? Alright, sounds good. I'm not gonna do the last thing. We'll cut it off very soon, but essentially what I can do is warping all the way up here, I can enter the live house and start singing, and this is how you'd recruit the 4th party member. But I don't think we'll get to that because this song and dance takes like 4 minutes.
Yeah, but this is a great way to transition.
Yes, and the music is absolutely banger, so I don't think I'll be saying anything more, but thanks for watching, everyone. I'm happy this run went so well, and I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah, y'all raised some money for a good cause.